A pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to Gaming with KaijuForceNeo. And I still cannot believe that I just got cut off like that. I mean, if you saw the last episode, if you saw it at least, then of course you would have noticed that within the last 15 seconds of that episode, my voiceover just somehow got cut off randomly, and I don't even know what happened. I might have accidentally hit the record button a second time, which would have stopped the recording, but then again, I couldn't really tell for sure if that was what happened, because I was keeping a good hand on it without letting my fingers touch any of the buttons. But nonetheless, I still feel like that was a really good time I had in the last episode, attempting to gather up 150,000 drift train points over the course of 42 checkpoints that I had to cross, but that was a bit frustrating for me because of how many times I gotten put down by some of the other racers in that competition. So I'm going to go ahead and look for another competition, and I'll see what I can find there. But until then, I'm going to see how well am I going to be able to do around here, just driving around here in these streets in this time of night, to say the least. So, I hope that you continue to enjoy my series right there, and I do hope that you continue to enjoy many of my other works around here. So, I actually did find myself a good competition right here. You can see that I'm following the blue line. Okay. Apparently I just attracted a cop, so that's why the mission just disappeared into thin air. Or at least the overhead words that would show that I had myself the time. Oh goodness, no, 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 come on, get out of there, get out. Oh, that was close. Wow, how was the BMW not moving even though I started it up? I guess maybe one press of the right trigger would start the car, and then a second press would allow it to move forward, whereas the left one would allow it to move backward. And I'm saying that it's the right trigger because, of course, that was just how the Xbox called it. Microsoft called them the right trigger or left trigger, and Sony calls a PlayStation remote apparently by L2 and R2. R2 and L2, just like that. It seems that everywhere I go, though, I mean, look at that. Well, this time I escaped, but every other time that I tried to stop somewhere, okay, look at that. A cruiser was right there. My gosh. Let's see how many points I can get here in this drift part here. Oh, look at that. 7,329 points. 3,724 points. I mean, look at that. I just beat my own record by about more than 3,700 points there. That was pretty awesome. I just beat my own score like that. So, let's see what I can do here. New kids in town race to the finish line. So I'm going to see here how well I can do in this competition. And I hope I can get in the first place in this race here. Look at that, I already passed one car, and it looks like, oh, I passed the other one. Okay, I'm just drifting. I'm practically taking it a bit slower this time. Okay, it looks like taking it slower apparently allows them to pass me, rather than allowing me to pass them. Well, it doesn't matter because I'm in their slip. Oh, no! A Dodge Caliber. I bumped right into the rear of a Dodge Caliber. The fender bender on steroids right there. Because, of course, why else would that cutscene of the BMW tumbling around as if it were a deadly crash be existent? Oh, look at that. Does anyone else think it's funny that every time a car spawns into the map, it apparently stops by being up several inches and then being dropped down like a toy? I almost feel like that it is. Okay, am I actually in third place? I could have sworn there were two other cars ahead of me. Because, of course, when the race started, there were two cars ahead of me, and I do know there were three others, but I must have been only in third place at the time. and I still am. So where in the world are those other two racers at? The ones that I passed, and then eventually when I took it slow, they eventually started to pass me. So, okay. I'm on lap 2 right now. Let's see if I can get ahead of those other two racers. And it looks like I see them on the map. Those two arrows that are going that direction. I might be able to pass them, I don't know. Let's see how well I can do here. Just passing through. Cruising over 170 miles an hour. See if I can handle the turn. Yeah, there we go. Looks like the slingshot effect really took into consideration. Whoa, look at that. Okay, I'm gonna go into their slipstream again, but hopefully it's not as risky as it was last time. Oh, scruffed up against the taxi. It looks like that player right there is the next one to be passed. Oh, and now I'm in first place. Look at that. I only have 5 more checkpoints to cross as well here on lap 2, so I'm really taking it seriously this time. And so hopefully it's going to be a smooth run to the finish. So here we go. This is for the win. And looks like I won. There we go. Finish line right there for the win. Got myself in first place. Managed to get myself a large bundle of credits as well as a ton of XP. And now, right away, I'm just going to go ahead and look for another mission. And I'm going to see how well I can do in this mission here. Oh, gosh. An event there just bumped right into me. And it looks like I bumped into a cruiser, and that was apparently enough to have them initiate the chase right there. Look at that. Right there, the Vert Wheeler effect. If you don't already know what I'm talking about based on the Vert Wheeler effect, it's about when you go full on reverse at a very high speed and then eventually pull on the handbrake, turn the wheel to allow your car to turn 180 degrees, and then just basically set your gear to drive. I would pretty much have that known as the Vert Wheeler effect simply because that's just how I best remember it. It's probably something I might not be able to do in reality, but here in Need for Speed I feel like it's good enough. Although I can't really be sure if that's actually known as the Vert Wheeler effect, but just comment down below if you feel like there is another name for this type of effect right here, this type of move that drivers can use to their advantage. Basically to just put their car in reverse, go at a high speed, pull on the handbrake, allow them to turn their car 180 degrees, and then eventually just set their gear back to drive and allow them to just cruise like that by hitting the gas pedal. Yeah, I can't really be sure if it's actually known as the Vert Wheeler effect or if it has another name like that. And it looks like I just crashed right into the sidewalls again of the highway. And I'm still on level 54 if you just saw, but I'm gonna work my way up to level 60 to the best of my ability here. So I'm going to go right on ahead, go for the drift competition with Manu, and of course these are really good competitions too. I mean, most of these drifting competitions are pretty good because most of the time they are pretty easy depending on how well your drift tires can be. But most of the time I do like to equip any of my cars with drift tires just so it would make it easier for me. Win the events scouted by Manu. So let's see how well I can do here. Here we go. 30,000 points apparently is the goal here. Drift Trial is apparently the name of these type of competitions, but these drifting competitions are relatively easy. Not super easy, but they do get harder simply because of how many more checkpoints you need to cross and how many more points you need to rack up along the way. And I do a pretty darn good job at it, as you can see here. I'm already a third of the way there, at least. And I'm still counting upwards, as you can see here. Go. Oh! Just lost my points there. By almost scruffing up a dumpster. 13,703 points. I have 36 checkpoints I gotta cross, and 16 out of 36, so I have 20 of them more to go. Oh, look at that. It's almost like I'm playing pinball here with a motor vehicle. Whoa, that was close. Almost bumped into another player here in the server. I actually do feel lucky though that nowadays most of the servers that I'm entering in here to record more footage, they're not as laggy or as crashy as some servers happen to be in some of the earlier times that I had been playing Need for Speed. But nonetheless, I do hope that whatever happens out there, whatever server I enter in, I sure hope that I don't end up in a bunch of fuzz or trouble here with anything that relates to any of my work. I just won't want that to happen here in the future. So, it looks like I got one more checkpoint to go to, and there we go. Look at that. 35,540 points. That was a pretty darn good job there, to say the least. I really felt like that was a pretty darn good job there I put up there. So, let's go to yet another mission right here. Yep, we got a call from Manu. And while I'm talking to this Manu guy, supposedly, well, I'm not actually talking to Manu here, because after all, everything that I'm saying right now is relating to the voiceovers based on the gameplay, like what many other people do when they create gaming videos. Whoa, gee. I was about to plow right into that wall. Alright, so let's see. I got a few miles that I have yet to drive before I'm going to be able to go ahead and play this mission here. Oh, and I just saw some more of the blue line there that represents the route that I'm supposed to take. Oh! The GMC! Look at that! Look at that! Wow! It's even sporting a Hot Wheels logo on the side, too. Not that Hot Wheels and Need for Speed are related. I mean, there's a lot of different franchises that associate to different popular... Wow, there's a lot of popular titles out there that we've seen that associate with cars and racing and style and tuning, mechanical work, maintenance, anything of that sort that relates to automobiles. We've had a lot of titles out there come about within the last 100 years. Fast and the Furious, Need for Speed, Hot Wheels, NASCAR. I mean, the list just goes on and on by now. Even things out there like Motor Week, shows that relate to cars out there that have been around for a very, very, very long time. They just continue to really show us how well the automobile has changed our lives for the better. And you probably already just saw that I crashed yet again into another sidewall here on the highway, multiple lanes, but yet apparently it's not enough. Wow, I totally love how I can just catch off a perfect drift by drifting into this entire corner of this exit lane here. Oh, yeah. And that's just a really satisfying sight right there that I have here. A sight for sore eyes that I really would not want to pass up on. Looks like I'm just pounding in a lamppost, and I'm pretty close to level 55 already. I mean, that's pretty awesome. I bet after this mission that I will be able to have level 55. Wow! I crashed again. Well, it's like I said, not every driver is going to be perfect out there. It's also, like I say, about how there's always some type of hazard or obstacle in the way that those refer to... Oh, okay, bumped into another center line right there with the metal barriers, but apparently that one did not play the clip that would have shown that it would have been a deadly accident. So, of course, I'm going to continue to make my way over to the event that I have here on the map here. I've got a couple more miles left to drive until I'm able to get to that spot on the map that the event is marked at. Okay, oh, okay. So apparently I'm supposed to go up in this direction instead of another one. So, okay, it looks like it's going to take me up towards the mountains, similar to what that other event had with Robin and the Drift Train group of racers. But it's probably going to be different this time around. It might not be the exact type of event that relates to drifts or drift train events, but it's probably going to be very fun. I could tell at this moment that it just might be very fun. It would be pretty darn good to tackle around here. But, nonetheless, I'm still going to do my best around here. I'm also going to see how well in the next episode I'm going to be able to do here for the event that I'm going to. And if you want to see more, go down to my channel. Make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.